So I made a video concerning Simon Ekpa and his agreement with the zoo government, and everybody is criticizing him. Most of you are living good life and you don't know what freedom fighting is all about. You don't even know how freedom fighting is done. You're in your backyard deciding in one or twos, and you think freedom fighting is AJ with Anala. But one thing I'm going to say is that everything we communion, everything we said, everything we try to push in accordance has become one of the most important part of this theory. That's where the language begins. I will say it the way it should be, and by saying it is, we can now understand that Simon Ekpa should not be judged. And when we say that, we know that these whole things cannot be taken for granted. More importantly, so as we continue in that part where one must say the most important words and how it should be done, I must keep believing that we have now stepped into a big theory. So why you will keep accusing Simon Ekpa, he's making a whole lot of waves across the globe, and by so doing, everything will definitely keep making sense. Let me say the way I will say it. Words for words, freedom for freedom, continuing in the part which is more making sense and revealing. This is how everybody should ride for the most important freedom, and that is convincing a whole lot of situation and what must be. So we should allow Simon Ekpa to do what is necessary, and that is paving ways and making sure that theories are being done the way it should be done. We must continue in a very big conservation to calculate what must be done. And when we do that calculation, we should know that our support for Simon Ekpa should be looked into. That's what makes sense. Freedom is not given, it is achieved. And it is those who have the mind of the lion that will definitely achieve it. Simon Ekpa has committed no crime. Let's leave it and watch how it goes. It is all with big respect that everything comes to pass. Tension continues to get high as the zoo government has now called on Simon Ekpa to, deliver a very strong point over Simon Ekpa's refusal to back down even after being bribed by several forces. Let me say it the way I know how to say it. We cannot be underestimated for too long. It doesn't really matter on how the underestimation starts from. What truly matters is this, that again and again this generation has proven to the zoologic that we cannot be taken for granted for too long. It doesn't matter who wants to take us for granted. What matters more is that those who try taking us for granted can now see with their own eyes that there is a message for every human being. That's just it. There's a message for every human being. We cannot belong in the circle of reference where lies are being told against the people who desperately needs freedom. It's a thing that should never, ever be tolerated. It doesn't matter who gets offended. What matters more now is that Biafran struggle has become more important to every believer who has been offended directly or indirectly. And this is where the message lies. We have to be permitted to do what we know how to do best. And that's what makes sense to us. So, this whole gra they are doing now is because they know that in no time, everything will be exposed. Every damn thing they try to hide, every damn thing they try to cover will be exposed, and the exposition won't be funny. Because many people can now see with their own eyes that it was never the Biafrans that are the problem. Those who are behind this problem are even bigger than the problem itself. And that is why I'll keep saying what I know how to say. We cannot be labeled as thieves, knowing fully well that we are not thieves. We cannot be labeled as pirates or tyrants, knowing fully well that we are not. So the truth has to be exposed so that they will not continue to put us in this circle. I love the handout Simon was giving each and every one of them. Oga Gago, but Madi Kwesiling. The time has passed. There's no more fear. No more fear. For peace would always reign above every measures. It doesn't matter who gets accepted or not. One thing is very clear, that our victory is now in the open. So let our progress march forward as the zoo